Hello, welcome to the channel Raymond Tech Food Life. In this video, we're going to explain how to learn TypeScript. So why should you learn TypeScript? TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript and it introduces static typing. A statically typed language is a language where a variable's type is known at compile time. This has many benefits such as better performance since there's no need to dynamically check types. It also increases scalability and reduces the amount of errors because it makes it hard to do the wrong thing. So there are different levels of understanding or learning. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. And the interesting thing about learning these languages are you're actually just going to be progressing through the levels. When you first go through a tutorial or the documents, you're in the remember, understand, and apply stage. And then when you eventually apply it to your own projects, that's when you move on to the higher levels. Analyze, evaluate, and create. Hitting the top level of create very quickly because you're going to be creating your own projects, and that way you can go through what you don't understand, refer back to your document tutorials, and quickly get out of the fear that you don't know what you don't know, because you will know what you don't know when you're struggling on your problems. So I have three resources that I would recommend to anybody who wants to start learning TypeScript. The first one would be Coding Garden, has a video called Intro to TypeScript. The second one is Type Level TypeScript, and the third one is the official docs of TypeScript. Intro to TypeScript by Coding Garden is about an hour long, taught by CJ, who I think does a great job of just introducing everything of TypeScript, getting your hand a little dirty, working with just a base and a few examples here and there, and just getting you interested enough to, want and see the values of TypeScript. The next resource that I recommend is Type Level TypeScript. It's not complete currently, but as it continues to develop, I think it'll reach the point where it can be at the same level of the docs or just right below the level of the docs for anybody that wants to learn TypeScript. Currently, it's only up to arrays and tuples. There's still a few more sections that are going to be coming out. But as I was reading it and working through the challenges that it presents, I was thinking that, wow, this makes TypeScript very easy to learn, and I think it's very beginner friendly. And of course, the last resource that I recommend is the official docs. There's currently a getting started section, a handbook section, and a reference section. The getting started section depends on what type of situation you're coming from. If you're a brand new developer, you have a working knowledge of JavaScript, or you're coming from a different language, you can start there. And then there's the handbook. It's a decent read, decently long, I would say, but definitely a lot of information, very good to consume. And then as you're working through your projects, any issues that you may have, you refer back to the handbook and the references, and they should be able to answer all the questions that you have or issues that you're running into. So I just wanted to point out a few things that I found interesting while I was learning TypeScript. The first one is that you can quickly create a TypeScript config file, which is npx tsc-init. It creates a config file with all the configs commented out, and then you can just uncomment them to bring them back in. The next thing is that TypeScript helps with logic or logic errors, and it'll point them out to you if you're running into them. For example, if you're having a function and you have a logic case where it's always going to be true, but you're saying it's false, TypeScript will show that this can't happen. And another interesting thing was the introduction of generics. So I mainly worked with JavaScript and there's no introduction of generics, or at least I haven't seen it. And it was definitely very interesting how you can work with generic types and all that to just make it so that you can deal with multiple cases. And the last interesting thing that I wanted to mention was that TypeScript allows you to compile into any version of JavaScript that you want. You can compile it to ES 2016, 2015, or ES Next to get the newest version. So why did I try to learn TypeScript, or why am I currently in the process of learning TypeScript? I think that TypeScript is a great resource and it's a great stack to learn because it's a superset and it builds on top of JavaScript, as well as reduces the chances of bugs in my code and increases the scalability of all the projects that I'll be building. My current plan is to just convert all my projects that are in JavaScript to TypeScript and then build all my future projects purely on TypeScript. I will include a link to each of the resources that I have mentioned in the description below. Thank you for watching the video. I hope that it helped you and any questions that you had about learning TypeScript. Subscribe to join the journey and like to share some love. Thank you.